Hello everyone, vlog number 7. Let's do this. We actually got a lot to talk about today, so let's just get started. Well, first of all, as you guys can see, this is a gigantic tower. This is basically going to be the battle arena where I test all the battles and balancing for all the battle system and stuff. This girl and perhaps some other NPCs will spawn monsters of different levels, so I can quickly test and balance stuff, and then items will be obtained on the side and stuff. So basically, this entire place will be designed so that you can fight pretty much every single monster in the entire game and adjust the level and items and stuff. And later on, I might change it so that other people can play it as well, or maybe just change so the item isn't free. You purchase the items, battle the monsters, you get loot, or you wager money, and it'll be like a mini battle arena game before the main plot gets anywhere, I guess. So some people can play and at the same time help me test the game. But yeah, this is the concept of battle arena that I've set up. Right now, this woman only spawns 4 of the weakest monster, but yeah, in the future I'll spawn a lot more. Let's get into the game. So now for the while we're in the debug mode, we'll always spawn in this battle arena. So let's cover some of the changes we made to the status menu today. So when you go status, there's going to be 4 tabs: general, parameters, properties, and biography. In the general tabs, you'll see your current EXP, the EXP to the next level, and next level total EXP. I don't even know what that means. The parameters is shown in nice little graphs based on your 6 stats. I think this is actually pretty nice. It kind of puts into perspective how your stats are. Uh, Properties, the miss chance, the cooldown rate, and stuff like that. These cooldown rates and stuff may be changed in the future by equipment and stuff. So these rates are really important to know. And the biography, her Mira biography, blah blah blah. It's not really important, but the biography can actually be changed throughout the game. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll just add a line here, add a line there, add a line here. I don't know, but that's not very important. But the parameters and properties definitely looks a lot better than before. The other thing I added is the class system. It's called a class system, but I'm not actually using the class system as it's intended to be used. I hit the primary class, so she can't change her primary class. She can only change her subclass. So as you can see, the Mira, this is her primary class. No matter what I equip, the Mira will always be yellow, which means it's equipped. So now you'll see Mira slash Spellblade. So Mira is Spellblade and Spellblade again. So what does these subclasses do? The plan right now is to have plot unlock subclasses and item acquire subclasses and quest acquire subclasses. So these subclasses are unique to each individual characters. Everyone has their own sets of subclasses. They provide bonuses such as different stats gain. Some might provide some elemental damage bonus, and others might have other skill changes and stuff like that. So it's basically a passive change. You just change it and you don't have to do anything, kind of thing. Yeah, I can't really think of a system that's similar from the top of my head, but it's very simple. The skill you use does not, well, typically will not depend on these, but there might be a few exceptions. We'll see what happens. And then we have the learn skill tab. This is going to be important. I talked about this yesterday about how I want to adopt a JP system to learn skills, and this is it. This is Mira, and this is so far the test. She only has 2 skills to learn: center slash and V slash. The 2 things we covered yesterday. So they're no longer on her official list. So just to test it out, let's go gain some job point. So typical slash. I added the damage and started doing some balancing on the slashes and her stats already. So that it's it doesn't do like 1 damage like yesterday. Crap. Nah, whatever. Alright, so, oh crap, well, I'll get back to that later. So, right now, we go back to class, learn skills, swordplay. Now that she has the JP, it's you can now learn it. And then as soon as you click it, you'll see how much JP she actually has. So it'll take 10 JP out of the 100 she has. So now we'll have 90 left. We do it again, and then it's 80 left, and then it'll say learned and learned. So that's the class system I added. That's basically going to be the core system about regarding how most people learn most of their skills. That being said, there's going to be exceptions where you gain skills by maybe temporarily equipping an item, or it permanently gives you that skill as soon as you equip an item just once and take it off, kind of thing. I don't know. And plot related skills as well, but for the most part, it's going to be in learn skills, and it's going to have passive skills as well in the future. So that's basically what that's all about. Okay, let's talk about so yeah, talk about the Kallavesi system. I talked about the Kallavesi system a couple of times already. I might make an adjustment to it. You know how I said it's gonna be like an infinite use kind of thing? Well, I've thought up an idea of how to implement the Kallavesi and have a cooldown for it, so it's not like you can spam it. So how is this? Is that Kallavesi will be grayed out based on counter. Until that counter reaches a certain number, you won't be able to use it. So right now it's very simple. The script right now is to kill 3 dudes, and then as soon as you kill 3 dudes, this thing will be activated, and it'll notify you by having the spirit of Kallavesi notify, actually saying something. Yeah, and there's gonna be equipment, and maybe one of the subclasses will decrease like the intervals at which Kallavesi comes out. So right now I'm gunning at you get points for killing people, for casting stuff, for attacking, and stuff like that. And okay, say for example the variable is a random number between 700 and 1000, and each dude you kill gives 20 points, and each time you attack gives 2 points. And then as this goes on, you accumulate enough points to you can actually think of Kallavesi as a summon, but only that she does a lot more than what a summon typically do. She will buff you, allow you to use different skills, and give you other bonuses as well. So that's basically it. So I've killed 2 already so far in this new game. If it works properly, I kill 1 more, it should be activated. Well, it should be ready to be activated, because it won't activate unless you actually command it to be used. So as soon as it dies, you see the Kallavesi actually comes up and say, my power is returned, unleash me now. Yeah. So when you cast Kallavesi, her eye color will actually change to red, and then Kallavesi will actually have something to say as soon as you activate her, and then her eyes change to red, and then you'll notice that Erebus slash is available. Well, I didn't show it to you, but this slash is actually not available before, so which means that this skill will only be available under the circumstances that you have the Kallavesi buff on yourself. And yeah, that's pretty nice, I guess. Oh crap. Yeah, whatever. Oh yes, and whenever the Kallavesi is activated, her attack element becomes pure darkness. So it's a dark element attack, or unholy attack, evil attack, whatever you want to call it. Oh yes, and this is the victory aftermath screen. So I'll show you how much EXP you gain through the EXP bar, how much job gain, and the EXP numbers as well as the victory quote. And then when you level up, you actually see the stats change for this particular level up. Also level up quote. And then the victory spoils, items and gold and stuff like that. And spoils quote, which it's nice to have. Yeah, I actually did a lot of changes today. But yes, another thing about the Kallavesi system is that the things she say is actually random. So say last time she said something along the lines of unleash me now. She currently has 3 things that she'll say based on a random number. So in the future I'll probably add more so that it doesn't feel like she's always repeating the same thing over and over and over again. Kind of adds variety to it. And I'm currently testing. Yeah. So basically, when she casts Tri Slash successfully, there's a 10% chance that she'll say had enough yet. I'm not so sure about this one yet. It might get a little annoying, but I figured with 10%, it's not that bad. It won't come up too often, but often enough so that people would feel that it's not just battle. There's something else going on. There's character interaction, whatever. So I don't know about that one yet. I'm going to have to test play it and see how disruptive it is to the actual battle system. If it's too disruptive, I'll just remove it. It's not a big deal. But 10%, honestly, 10% chance is pretty low, right? I mean, and if it's too disruptive, I could always make it like 1%. But I guess 1% is too low, because then when it happens, you're just like, what the fuck just happened? Because you have no idea. You probably go through the game without ever seeing one. Yes, so that last one was the third guy killed after unleashing Kallavesi. Whenever you unleash Kallavesi, the counter will reset back to 0, and then you have to build it up again. And that one was the third one, and so this one's ready. So, bars changed. But yeah, in the future it's not going to be 3 kills. It's going to be numbers, and then different things add different numbers to the variables, and when the variable reaches a certain amount of number, it becomes ready. So that's basically the Kallavesi system I've always talked about, and I kind of want to make it so that player would actually use it, because with a cooldown like this, people can't spam it. I don't have to worry about stuff. So about the bail spawn variable or bail spawn counter I talked about before, I may have to change that so that people will actually use Kallavesi, or else developing this system has been a complete waste of time. And I would rather not waste the system I developed like this. So we'll see what happens. I've been mainly working on a shit ton of custom script today, and so I was figuring out how to do a lot of advanced scripting for reference to variables and stuff like that, to open up more possibilities. So I actually did not get too far in the main plot quest. So yes, let's talk about some of the system I added today. Like I already talked about Victory Aftermath. I already talked about the status and the class system, the skill learn, the JP system. I implemented a new shop system, but I haven't had any jobs yet made, so I don't have any ways to show you. State phase is where her eyes turns red as soon as she has a buff. Skill restriction is basically restricting skills like Erebus Slash if you don't have because Kallavesi activated and stuff like that. But yeah, I think. Oh, I did do a little bit of. I guess I could show you a little bit of plot, like barely any though. To just go out, and then this guy will come over here, talk, and then pop twist. These 3 are actually fucking. This guy's like commanding officer. This guy is actually he's the commanding officer of the rest of the knights, but these 3 is actually above him, kind of thing. And then teleport. Gets surprised by the teleport, and then he tells him to like take care of Nuwa. And then he goes away too. And then the knights was it. And then yeah, it stops there. Yeah, like I said, I barely worked on any of the event today. It's mostly doing scripts and figuring out variables and stuff like that. I guess I could show you some of the scripts I made. So, let's see, Erebus Strike or Erebus Slash. This code I finally figured out how to use. Basically, with the restrict evaluation, it runs a check. Everything inside this thing has to be true in order for this to be actually in order for you to actually no, if things inside here is true, then you're not allowed to use this skill. So having an exclamation mark here means no, like not. So basically this is saying if not the self state 26, which is Kallavesi, if you don't have this, you're not allowed to use this skill. Same with Kallavesi. If in-game variable 500, which is the Kallavesi counter I was talking about, does not equal to 3, then you're not allowed to use this skill. So how I implemented the Kallavesi system is through common events. Um, Kallavesi count. Basically, um, this is an event called the Kallavesi count. Whenever the Kallavesi count is less than or equals to 2, and you kill some dude, it gives you +1. So basically at most I'll get to 3, because as soon as you get to 3, this conditional branch would not run because it's less than or equals to 2. And then as soon as right after we +1, if the count is equal to 3, it will generate a number between 1 and 3, and then depending on 1, 2, or 3, she'll have 3 different responses. This is basically how Kallavesi works, and then Kallavesi reset activates when Kallavesi is actually being used, and then like it resets the counter back to 0, and then generates another 1, 2, 3 number, and 1, 2, 3 are the things she says. Pretty straightforward. This is common event 5, so this will be ran for every single enemy, not here, enemies here. So that's event 5, that's event 5. So whenever an enemy die like this, it'll run this event, and she will gain the thing, and then stuff like that. Same will work for the attack. So there's going to be other events that add points to the variables through attacks and stuff like that. Yeah, that's about it, eh? I spent a lot of time doing the Kallavesi system today. I also have other ideas on how to implement other different characters, but I don't think I'll be talking about that today. I am also losing my voice, so I'm actually going to call it for today's vlog. Thank you for watching, and take care.